Hi, I'm Kim Frederick, founder and CEO of the Ventus Group. My team and I find qualified prospects for small business owners who just don't have time to sell with all the other things they're doing. Donald asked me to contribute to this course by providing some information about pre-call research. And I'd love to be able to share that with you because I've been doing this kind of prospecting for longer than I really care to admit. So when you're doing your pre-call research, what's important? Depends a little bit on whether you're doing an initial cold outreach to a large list where you're trying to find out even if there's a fit for what you do, if there's a need for what you do, or if you're doing your pre-call research for a booked sales appointment, there's already some interest generated. Clearly, you're going to spend more time on the second option where you're going to want to know as much as you possibly can. But here's the thing, there's no excuse in either case for not knowing any information that is in the public domain, either for the prospect themselves or for their company. So what does that mean? Anything that's available in their website, anything that's available on their LinkedIn profile. You're also going to want to look at things about the industry, especially when it's a sales call. Someone's already expressed interest. So here are the three things that are absolutely critical to include in your research. This helps you to start to build a rapport, and it helps you to not ask dumb questions that you should already know the answers to. So you want to know the person's name, obviously, but what is their role in the company? Sometimes you can get this information from their website. Sometimes it's on their LinkedIn profile. Either way, you want to get an understanding for how do they fit into the decision-making team? What is their role likely to be, and what are the challenges that typically come with that role in an organization? You're also going to want to have at least a basic understanding what their product or service is and what industry or what customers, are they selling to. You don't need to know everything, but you do need to at least have some basic understanding so that you can ask clarifying questions about that if you need to know more. You do also, the third thing you want to make sure you understand before you're doing especially a sales call, not necessarily just a prospecting cold call, you want to understand what's going on in the industry. There may be issues that you know are being faced by competitors and other organizations in the industry that you can bring up. How are they solving those problems? Is there something you can support them with in solving those problems? That sounds like a lot of work. It's really not, because you only really need to go to two sources. Now, you may also want to consider looking at someone's, if this is again a sales call, you might want to consider looking at someone's personal social media profiles. Use this very, very carefully. You can get a little bit of an idea about, maybe the kinds of things they're interested in doing for hobbies or activities, whether they have a family, those sorts of things, but be very, very careful how you use that. That's more for you to get a flavor for who a person is and not something to bring up in a conversation. I find people get a little creeped out by that. Yes, it's in the public domain, but it's something personal they share with who they believe are people who follow them, who have some kind of existing relationship with them. So, key thing, make sure you do your pre-call research. Like I said, there's no excuse for not knowing those basic things that are available out there for free. The three things you want to make sure you understand are the person's role, what is the product or service they're selling and to whom, and is there anything going on in the industry that you should know about that might affect the course of your conversation. All of those things are critical for either a cold outreach or even a sales call that's been pre-scheduled. Pre-scheduled sales calls take a little more effort, but you can probably find all what you need to do right out there in the public domain. So get out there, get some prospecting done, and good luck.